Welcome to Fast Forward on Finances, where Greg and I bring you useful information on financial matters that affect your life.
In this segment, we're going to talk about managing your checking account. Julia, how long have you had a checking account?
Let's see. I've had one since high school, 11th grade, when I started working. It has always been a great money management tool.
Now, what do you mean?
Well, a checkbook is an important component of sound personal money management. A checkbook can give you more control over your day-to-day finances.
The importance of a checking account applies to people of all ages, and it's a way of managing one's money. Having a checking account really protects your money because you can't walk around with cash, certainly not enough to pay for everything these days, and people travel much easier than they used to, and you can't walk around with that much cash. It's just not safe.
The most important thing that you should do when you have a checking account is keep track of the money that you are taking out of your checking account and keep track of the money that is going into your checking account.
While I've had a checking account for years, I never thought of it as a money management tool. What do you see as the key elements in managing your money?
Well, first is keeping an accurate check register. Every transaction, whether it's a check, a deposit, or a withdrawal from an ATM, must be recorded in the check register.
Here's a perspective worth hearing.
Managing a checking account can be a very easy thing to do. You want to keep track of all of your expenditures, everything that is coming into your checking account and everything that is going out. The idea is that you don't want to overdraft because that usually involves a very large fee, and you want to avoid that fee if you can. So just keeping track of your spending can help you to manage your checking account.
An accurate check register makes it possible to reconcile your account.
Okay, so let's talk about account reconciliation, or as most people call it, balancing your checkbook. When you get your account statement from your financial institution, you should immediately compare your check register with the statement to make sure that the transactions and the balances match.
Easiest way to balance your checking account is turn over a bank statement, and it tells you step by step how to do it. What number to start with, how to take outstanding checks away from the bank balance, and how to reconcile it with your own records.
Well, many financial institutions offer online banking, which makes it easy to check your account anytime you want.
Online banking can be a useful tool. You have immediate access to a checking or a savings account with your financial institution. You can check a balance the same day. You can look at money coming in and money going out. It makes it easier and more user-friendly to keep in mind what your balance is in your checking account.
When you keep your check register up to date and reconcile your account at least once a month, you'll always have an accurate picture of your financial situation.
And you'll also avoid paying unnecessary fees. Bouncing a check can be very expensive.
I've heard so many horror stories about people who've had bounce check nightmares. So they had one bounce check after another, and before you know it, you've got bounce check fees from the bank, from the institutions, from this place, from that place, and it just really can get overwhelming. Bounce check fees can be very expensive. A lot of times the fees can be as much as $35, $40 for a bounce check, and you're paying that to the bank, plus you have money that you're paying to the institution that you bounce the check with. So you've got fees that are just piling on top of each other, and it's just really not good financially.
Good point. I think the same organizational skills you use to manage your checkbook can be applied to other areas of your personal finance. Areas like budgeting, debt management, savings, investments, and retirement planning.
Well, that's all our time for this segment of Fast Forward on Finances. We'll see you next time.